Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, the second day of peak week. Let's see, what do I got? All right, so it's a normal Monday for me, meaning I've got to do cardio, probably some chores I want to do, and then go to work. Okay, it's not a normal Monday, and then I forgot. And then I've got to go up to Murfreesboro. It's about an hour and a half drive away from me. To go see the muscle medic, get my hip flexor and hamstring worked out. It's actually feeling pretty good today. I tested it out a little bit, lifted it up, straightened it, just at 90, and that's not uncomfortable. So I haven't tried to see how my hamstring is though. If it's not too bad, I'm gonna find out after I do cardio. I'll do a little bit of stretching. If it's not too bad, I might ask him to hold my shoulders instead. Or see if it's time for both. Okay, so let's see. Oh, yesterday when I was doing a little bit of hold and handstand practice, as you saw for training, I did not do actual pike holds or paddle holds. I was just figuring it out by just working on sort of engaging everything without actually lifting the hip flexor. So I did find even doing that at the time, it was still a bit strenuous, just a slight, you feel like a small twinge in the hip flexor. So yeah, I guess I should test it out again this morning too. So yeah, random thing. I'm watching some, watch it back. So some of the routines from the Della show, which was last weekend, whatever. Some of the fitness routines have been slowly rolling out, and just have to make one little critique, or I have to make one little comment. Notice some of the routines do not match the energy of the effing song. If you have a fast song that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's the tempo, you gotta move to that tempo. Don't be like moving at your own pace. Like that does not make a good that does not make a cohesive performance, okay? Like I don't care how great your skills are, it's gonna look awkward. Like it just does not look like a routine. Like it just looks like there's background music and you're doing some tricks, okay? So make your skills and your performance and your everything match the tempo of your song. If it's a fast song, move fast. Or at least like know the tempo, hit on the beats. Like, I don't know, learn to count music or something, because that's what it seems like some girls don't know how to do, is how to count music. And you don't necessarily have to be counting like a dancer going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and like hitting it on the beats. Just like listen for the instrumentation. You can match it along with that, you know? Yeah, and then the other thing is like, if your music goes like this, like has dynamics and speed and whatever and energy, again, your routine should match that. It just makes it so much better, so much more interesting. Okay, that's it. Last thing. Okay, so hip flexor issue. When I first injured it, I had looked up like about how long does it take certain like tears and strains and whatever to heal, and it said like minor strains can take about a week. So it has been a week, and I took it easy that whole week, and now it is a lot better. The real lesson learned from myself is that if I get hurt, don't push through it. Just let it heal and it'll probably be fine. Because there have been so many times It sounds stupid to say this out loud, but it's like, I know a lot of other fitness competitors go through this, because you're like, I gotta keep training, I can't stop, or come up to competitions, but like, you just take the time off and let it heal, you'll be fine. You'll heal, you'll be better, instead of what a lot of people do is just push through the pain, push through the injury, and then get more injured and suffer and just have this whole mental mind fuckery going on in their head because they're hurt and they can't do as much as they want, or they're scared to do certain skills. So just heal, let yourself heal, rest, and recover. Especially if it's a minor injury, give it a chance and you'll be fine. Good morning, everyone. Let's see, today's Tuesday. I just got up a little late and I am currently making my fasted cardio drink. It's just about 5 grams of EAAs. I only do half a scoop of this thing. Alright, that's too much. And then I think it's about 5 grams of glutamine. I think because I don't remember anymore. Just whatever this scoop is. It's probably less than 5. And then right now, because I'm so tired, I'll do 100 milligrams of caffeine, which they're just these little, they're in capsule forms, or pill forms, what do you call these? Yeah, capsule forms. And you can just split it apart and pour it in. If you don't split it apart, it does, the gel capsule doesn't dissolve all that quickly. And I like to do it this way, so that the caffeine doesn't hit me all at once. This is in my large, cheap Walmart, what do you call this, tumbler. It's only about, I think it's like $20 maybe, 40 ounces. It works very good. All right, let's go do cardio. All right, on the treadmill now. Peak week things. Well, I'll show you my first back. So yesterday, I had mentioned I was going to see Muscle Medic, which I did. Got a lot of work done in my hip flexor and my hamstring. It feels so much better now. Feeling pretty good. I did test it out a little bit while I was there, and it feels like I've got my range of motion back without the ickiness. He also did quite a bit on my right shoulder, but I mean, I'm not surprised by this because I know there's so much stuff I do on my shoulder. It's like you're probably going to need to come in for a few more sessions to really get all that stuff out, but he got it good enough for now. It's about the highlight of the day. It's kind of a short day for me, since I just did work and went there. So I wanted to talk a little bit about prep brain, because some people will make fun of it, other people will say like it's a real thing. I know it's a thing for me, but I try not to like succumb to it. Like, it's not prep brain, like, oh, because I'm on prep. It's because I'm tired. When I am really, really tired, I have a lot of trouble speaking coherently. Like right now, I'm talking really, really slowly so that I don't trip over my words too much. You know me, I actually talk pretty quick, so this is a little different. I think when I'm on camera, I tend to speak just a tad slower most of the time. Again, because I'm like trying not to trip over my words. But yeah, that's like extra bad. I think what goes on in my head is when I'm really tired, I have the idea that I'm trying to speak out, but I don't have the sentences formed. You know, like I have this abstract, amorphous thing, and before it's turned into words, I'm already started opening my mouth. And I'll start saying it one way, but then a whole bunch of other ways of saying that idea will come in and conflict with what I'm currently saying, and I just start saying just words, and if they're not, and none of it makes sense. This was extra bad yesterday, my very first meeting of the day. I just started saying like, and none of these words would make sense to people because it's song stuff, but it was pretty funny. At some point I just face palmed really hard, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like I just had to apologize to everyone because it was very not professional. But thankfully I have cool people that I work with, so it was fine. Eventually they got what I was trying to say. What else happens? Oh, just like, I in general a little bit of like a airhead sometimes, where I'll just like forget what I did and I have to backtrack a little bit, but it's extra bad now where like in like 5 seconds of doing something, I'll completely forget that I did it. And I think it's probably because I'm a little bit on like automatic, doing things kind of automatically, right? So like take one example recently, as I was eating. So I made myself like that little fish salad thing I described, but I didn't add any avocado like I usually do because I just wanted nuts on the side. So I had the fish and then I had the nuts separately. And then like about 20 minutes later, I don't know how much later, but a while later, I was like, wait a second, did I have my fats? Did I eat my nuts? I had no clue. But like, when I do eat nuts, I always pour into these tiny little like silver sauce containers that we have, because they're like just the right size for the amount of nuts that I need. So I had to like go through the house and be like, okay, where was I when I was eating? And like, where was I? Like, is there a little like silver dish there? I'm like, oh, okay, it is, because fortunately or unfortunately, I also tend to like leave those little dishes behind everywhere. I don't clean them up for some reason. It's not a good habit, but eventually I figured out like, yeah, okay, I had it. But it was funny because I was like trying to recall the memory, and I was like, I remember dividing up the nuts, but is that today's memory or was that yesterday's memory? Yeah, so that's just how my brain is when I'm really tired, and you're gonna be tired the closer you get to your show. So I don't have a solution for it. I think just not trying my best not to succumb to, but recognizing that like, oh, things are sometimes gonna be a little more difficult. And that's just how it is. I did look up, like, if you have ADHD, according to the Googles, the symptoms can worsen if you are tired. So, you know, people might say peak week brain isn't a thing, but, or prep brain is a thing, but like, you have ADHD and you're tired, well, it's a thing then, you know? All right, heading in for work now. My commute's really easy. I literally just walk to the gym again. Except it's upstairs in that little room up there. It's nice to be able to work remote. I do find it to be a lot easier to be a competitor, because in some ways I am like, it's easier to focus on bodybuilding. You know, I don't have to worry about being around coworkers who, I don't know, maybe might distract me from my bodybuilding stuff. Not that I have ever had coworkers who were distracting. All my coworkers have been very supportive. I am very lucky in that way. Hold on, locking the door. Okay. But yeah, it's just easier not having like seeing other people's food, not smelling other foods. I am in so much more control, or I feel like I'm in so much more control. Whether I have control, I don't know. It's just less stuff around, you know? And like things have been a lot more flexible. I used to love working in the office, just because it's great to be around people. As introverted as I am, work is so much more efficient when you're like right there in person. But on the flip side, you know, then you have to be in the office, you're dedicating time to commuting and everything. It's harder to get personal stuff done. Like I can now say like, well, especially because my type of projects I'm on have changed, but now I can just like kind of go in whenever I want, as long as I'm available during certain core hours. It's not a big deal. And then if there's something I need to do, want to do, I can just take a little break whenever I really want, and then I just hop back on and finish up the day. So it's quite convenient. Remote work is not the worst. But you know what's interesting? This is totally not have nothing to do with fitness. Is that I don't think I would have been able to work remotely when I was younger. Like I think the style in which we worked in the office was very regimented, and there was like a very specific like process and everything, and having that structure, like, and working in that, I think is that like 7 years of me working in that way in the office before everything shut down and we moved to remote. Working that way for 7 years basically like gave me a ton of structure. And so now I can work remote, and because I have a little more like self-control and can focus better, because there have been times in previous jobs where we occasionally had to work remote and I couldn't do it. I mean, I think it was also just because like my home setup wasn't optimal for remote work either, so that made it even harder. Anyway, remote work. If you can do it, that's great, and it's awesome. It makes bodybuilding and competing so much easier. So I just got off work, I had a meal, taking a quick break before I go work out. For my workout drink, it's hot right now, right? So what I started to do, because I love ice so much, is I will fill my giant tumbler with, basically to the top with ice. There's some water in there already, just from when I was drinking earlier. I didn't feel like chugging at all. And then because this is so full of ice though, I try to drink down some of the water, because this is now not gonna work now that I realize what I'm doing. Because usually there isn't water in there. Now there is
quite a bit. But anyway, what I'll do is have a second bottle ready with, and then I'll just put in my EAAs. I'll do some creatine. This is actually not Concrete anymore. I love this brand, but for just creatine, I mean, it's kind of expensive. I would get it if I went to like an expo and they had it on sale, but I needed it now, so we just bought a bag of it off of Bulk Supplements. I get a lot of things from Bulk Supplements. Adding some watermelon juice powder. And some citrulline. It's probably extraneous to add both citrulline and the watermelon juice powder, but I do it anyway. Oh, I'm running out. Good thing I have watermelon juice powder then. And all right, so I'm just gonna shake that up, and then I'm gonna pour some of it into my tumbler. And then I'm gonna fill this up back with whatever is left with water. This is kind of silly because there's already water in there, so now it's not as much as I normally would do, but whatever, it's fine.
As soon as I turned off that video, I realized that I can't have, or I probably shouldn't have creatine this week. I forgot. Oh well, I don't want to waste all the supplements I just poured in there. So I'm just gonna deal with it. Oops.
So today's a fitness day again. Again, another light fitness day. I'm just gonna feel out what moves I can do. Again, just trying to play it safe. I hope I'm not playing it too safe. I'm gonna just feel things out since I got some work done yesterday. Yeah, and then tomorrow is actually gonna be like a full body workout. Keep it light still, body weight only kind of stuff. Though, if you know me, body weight only can still be rough. So it is so hard to hold back. Oh my gosh. It's like you really want to cram for an exam. That's how I feel like. That's me. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cram for this exam. Even though I've done all this preparation, it's like I should be good, but I want to keep studying and keep pushing and everything. But in this case, it's not good to keep studying. It's not necessarily good to keep pushing hard. So just trying really hard to reel myself in. I wanted to share a really random thing about kip-ups. So, I've been told many times, and this probably goes for walkovers, anything where you're coming up. I've been told many times to keep my head back, and it should be the last thing to come back. And my brain is always like, but why? If my head's up, it's like helping me come up. I mean, it looks better also to keep your head back, but the reason why is because when you crank, I realize this, I can't believe it took me so long to figure this out, but the reason is if you crank your head forward, then you're actually pushing your like chest back and everything. And so that means you're actually weighing yourself down and doing the opposite of bringing you up. So If you keep your head back though, that's actually pushing your chest out and forward in the direction that you're trying to go. And like your head, I mean, there's a lot of mass here, right? So like, let that lead you in your direction. Pretty sure that's the basis of it. I could be wrong, but that's how it is for me. So anyway, when I'm doing my kips, that's what I'm usually working on is kipping. Well, first kipping, having a good kip, using my legs powerfully, having a good little bit of a press with my hands, and then trying to keep my head back.
All right, the toe touches felt pretty good. The kip felt mostly good. There was a couple of times when I was like, as I was getting up, like, oh, it's a little. But I really want to keep practicing it, but I know I'm gonna hurt myself, so I'm just gonna call that good. I can do it. Thursday I'll see how it feels in my routine, but man, I really want to keep doing it. I hate this. Alright, the last thing I gotta do is my Tinsica walkover thing. And I'm kind of avoiding it because, like, I know I can do it. I've done it even when I was, like, injured last week. But I'm so scared I'm gonna re-injure myself. I should be fine. I did all these other things. Oh, that did not hurt, thank God. That was actually quite light. Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's my last day this week of work. I'm taking Thursday and Friday off. Gonna check in tomorrow and then just chill and everything. Do whatever I gotta do on Friday. I just did an hour of cardio. I decided to do it on the Jacob's Ladder. Thanks to Andrea for putting out an hour-long a vlog for me to watch, because that's exactly how much time I needed to be on that, and it was nice to just watch that and not worry about anything else. Let's see, as far as how I'm looking and feeling goes, I am 145 pounds. I've been a steady 145 since Saturday, which is fun. Oh, excuse me, I was talking to Dan a little bit about what I should do, and I was already kind of thinking this, but he recommended like increasing my water, which I have started to do, and just to try to like push or just keep my body with, hydrated, but also just pushing the water out constantly, so that I'm not holding anything. I'm not going to take any diuretics, but I'm also like getting close to, let's see, like Saturday is probably going to be like exactly a week before I should be getting that time of the month. And that's about when I usually start to get a bit bloated. So we're just trying to stay unbloated basically. One other thing that I'm doing to keep myself flushed out without taking diuretics and things is doubling and tripling the amount of fiber I'm taking. So I usually take like a scoop of FiberLize every day, every other day, whenever I can remember, really. And so now I'm just trying to remember to do it a few more times throughout the day, just to make sure I'm really not holding anything and just emptying out my intestines. All right, I've got a few hours until the prod deployment, so I'm gonna work out now. And then I'm probably just gonna go to bed after that. I am so tired. I have been struggling to stay focused at work. So this workout is very much welcomed. I've been looking forward to right now, this moment. I think I mentioned earlier, I'm just doing like a full body kind of calisthenic lightweight workout. Just gonna get everything moving, everything working a little bit. Yeah.